Good evening guys, it's a 5 p.m. or 5:10, June 28th, 2022. Today is Tuesday and we were expecting a move. After seeing yesterday, we were expecting a move today. At least a break over below yesterday's high and low. That was the theme for today. And the moment it broke below, today it broke below, right? And that was it. That was the trade right there. But now let's see here. Most likely, see, this is what yesterday's closing remark. Most likely price may break below or above today's high or low in the overnight or in RTH tomorrow. See that was yesterday's comment, end of the day. So that was the main theme to look for today, right? And then here, right, so I didn't put the notes here. I was running late, so instead of writing a story here, I put the notes in the chart itself. So see here, if you want to see price trading below yesterday's low or above yesterday's high, and then you want to see it holding it for run up or run down. See that? And price held it, right? Once it broke below it, it just ran, right? That will be your direction. See, clear cut, 2 lines, right? I didn't even write a lot. If both are out of sync, then avoid the trade, right? Means NQ and ES. Break above Globex high or Globex low, that side may dominate for a few minutes, correct? And then it's up to real-time internals, right? But at least it will dominate for a few minutes. See that? And you can see it after it broke below it, how far it went down, right? So dream numbers are again important today in NQ, right? So does hunting level. So at least going into the day price was trading below hunting levels in NQ. Yes, it was above hunting levels, right? And then dream numbers, very powerful number, always, most of the days, right? So 163, that was high of the day today, right? Price poked higher, but then it couldn't close above these things, so poke little bit higher, right? But then that's where it got rejection, and then Russell, you can read through it, right? Dow, you can read through it. Crude, you can read through it, right? So let me show you the chart notes, right? Because that's where I wrote all these things. But these things you have to keep remember, right? So at least if you are planning to take longs after looking at this, at least you would wait for a price to go above this, then you will look for long, right? Or go below this, then you will look for short. And then I also give you a couple of clues, because since I was at doctor's place taking my kids, both the kids one by one to the different doctors, so I was like on the road driving and then sitting at doctor office. During that period, I kept typing it. Whenever I get a chance, I look at my mobile and I kept typing in Discord, right? So I'll show you what I typed and then what happened, right? But first, let's talk about the notes, right? So remember, I missed out the entire day today. I did couple of here and there some scales later in the day, like after like 1:30 or 2. That's where I came home. And then by the time price was already moved, right? But anyway, so I was pissed off because I missed the move today, right? But anyway, since I was out, but I was with them, with members in the Discord, virtually. So these were the notes. See, so notes were right here. So I'm going to hide it, right? So since I'm also going to walk price with you, right? Since I did not look at the price or walk through the price during the day, since I was out, right? So I'm going to walk you through it, right? That means Mboxwave related stuff. I'm not going to cover it today a lot because I will be running out of time, right? But there is nothing to cover there because mostly you might see all the dots and all this thing going on, right? So it was clear cut there. So there is nothing to discuss there today, right? But at least I will show you something, a different observation, very powerful observation. If you see it, it may help you in future, or we will see tomorrow what happens after seeing that observation, But anyway, so here, that was the note for ES, right? So you can see it here. I said failed breakdown attempt, yesterday's low, failed breakdown, and then failed breakout attempt, yesterday's high. See here, right? So at least I know neither side is in control in the overnight because both fail to hold, right? So here I say ideally you want to see trade outside overnight range, right? So overnight low was this 84, 87 area. Ideally I'm saying below or above this area, right? And then I'm also saying here, man, I always get a call. Okay, so then here, see here there was a note, good R for sellers, right? So this note I carried forward from yesterday, I did not change it, same level I carried from yesterday. So here it says, but bias was we can okay, so good R for sellers to defend, but bias was we cannot short until one price goes below 38.87, right? This was written yesterday actually, I did not change it. And open drive down, kind strong down move situation, and we were able to get on board early there only, but still it is risky, right? So here I'm saying open drive kind of down move, then you can get on board early. You don't have to wait for these things to broken down. This is yesterday's notes, okay, pre-market note. And then, but this is a good R, that is what the main point is, right? But you cannot short it, correct? But at least you cannot short it, but you can see it, price went straight into this R, right? Close to it, I would say, right? So that was the one thing, correct? That's your observing it. So here price broke out above yesterday's, above not yesterday's high. Is it yesterday's high? Hold on. Yes, right? But here it did not in NQ. Look, yesterday's high was way up, correct? So out of sync both indexes, right? But by looking at this, it's a morning open drive kind of situation, right? But remember, if you remember here, see that yesterday's aggressive buyers area turned into Globex high R resistance, right? So this was a Globex high area, probably somewhere into this area, correct? This was dream number, happens to be today near the Globex high. At least you know if price has to go above this. Blue lines are powerful, you already know now, right? Dream numbers are powerful, correct? Those are the most powerful lines in the chart, correct? So at least price has to go above both, right? And then hold it, then you can go long, correct? Even though by looking at this it looks like it wants to go to moon, but no choice, right? Here also first thrust up, but then this guy was not up yet. So you have, and then you are seeing this good R note, right? That means you will expect price to go higher. This was a first 5-minute bar. Let the second bar go through it. No, then you are good to go. Why hurry trading it, right? So that was a clear instruction I gave, right? That you have to wait. Both of them out of sync, then no chance, right? Then here also look at the beauty of these things. See, while I wrote a note here, price was somewhere around here, okay, at 710 or so. But look at what the note I said in NQ. Yesterday's closing, right? Price may open here in this area, right? And look what happened. After a few minutes, price opened right there. See that? So it's not because price was here I was guessing that it will come here, right? It's just an observation, years of experience watching the price on certain days. I would exactly know where it will open, even well in advance. Sometimes I can even well in advance, few hours before, I will know where it will close, So people are asking, how do you know all these things, right? See, I don't have a magic tool here, I don't have any indicators, right? Because no indicator will tell you where it will close and open, correct? So it is only purely price action, the way it moves, and it's not like a straightforward answer that I can teach you, that when price goes below this or that, high and low, then then it will do this, right? It's not a straightforward answer, because by breaking low and high doesn't mean it will open here. See, it's just an intuition that you will get it, after looking at the price so many years in a row, every single day, right? You will know the most likely what participants are doing and where they will try to get it towards open, all these things. But anyway, so that's the first clue. So okay, so fine, it opened here, and then I can see there is an open drive to the upside, right? So the buyers are there, definitely, correct? That's the first clue you get. But then let them prove it, right? If they were so strong, why the hell price hesitated yesterday to go higher, right? After trend up day. So to counter information, yesterday was something different, today it's trying to show something different, right? Something is off, right? That is what you have to think, you have to put the puzzle into pieces of the puzzle together. So but fine, let them go higher, right, and then I'll go long, that is the impression. See here I said below this level sellers may become active, and they will become more active if they take out 12,000, which is this area, blue line, roughly, right? Patience is the key today. Wait and watch and then trade the either side. Price will tell you before 10:30 a.m. Globex high and Globex low breakout or breakdown, right? Before 10:30 a.m. it will tell you, correct? This is like what? First 10 minutes and then all these things? No, you have to wait, correct? Then what happened? Now looking at this, right? There are tails here. Look at this, right? So now at least it's getting rejection, something is off, right? But maybe buyers are buying it at this blue line, who knows, right? So let them buy it, then let another thrust happens, right? Then what happened? Down, right? It didn't even held this VWAP, right? It poked below it, correct? And then what happened? Another down thrust, right? Looks like straight up and then step down, down, up, down, right? By this point it may be step down. Is it what you are expecting? No, you are expecting going higher, right? But instead this happened. That means somebody who bought it here, they got trapped right here. That is the first clue I get. Somebody, aggressive people, bought it here right at Globex high. See that? And then boom, they're out. They got stuck, definitely. And then they bought it here also, I guess. And look what happened. Slice through it. See, these are the signs that people are just overtaking them, right? So, and that's where here they flipped it, most likely, right here. See, on the left hand side, and then what happened? See that, right? So, and then what happened? So this area they bought it here, right? Look at this, turn into resistance, and then slice through this. See, these are the signs that price is giving you that sellers are active now. These guys are trapped, right? Now, but still you cannot short. It's risky. But if you're observing something else, if you're reading all these things, then yes, you can short. But let's say if you're new, right, or kind of like not that experienced trader, right, then you have to look for whatever the note says, right? Below Globex low, more sellers, right? But then since that was the notes were written into 7 o'clock in the morning, right? So then you need some help, right? Either from me or you have to understand what is going on, right? But since I was at doctor's place, right, and I had a time in between when kids with the doctor, I can get a time, right? So that's where I started typing it, to just help you out in Discord, to members. So this was the first thing I typed it at 9:39, right? So I'm going to show all these things that even though I was using only mobile, but based on the price levels, I can see something going on, right? So here I said 9:39 when you see the up thrust, right? I said let price establish except for few minutes to show you confirm answer. See, I didn't say go long or short. Confirm answer, you have to wait, correct? And here I say waiting for doctors for typing. And then I also said ES has more bias than NQ, right? Because ES already went above Globex high, right? And then I said here is a powerful statement. Watch Apple. See, I don't usually say watch Apple or Microsoft. Last 2 days I am just repeating these things. Watch Apple, right? So it says, and it's only once in a while I come up with like one stock, to just observe. So, and today could be, tomorrow could be Microsoft, tomorrow, a day after maybe Google, who knows, right? Or maybe there is no stocks, but sometimes I just I get a clue. Here it says can it hold here, which was Apple was around 135.50, 143.50, and make another up thrust, right? So remember I explained if NQ you want to see another up thrust, correct? ES another up thrust, Apple another up thrust, then yes, it's confirming, you go long, or go down and take out morning low, okay? And then it may give you a clue, right? So now you are looking for a clue. Watch around one, and even though if I say even though up thrust happens, watch around this area, right? But price couldn't even get there, correct? And then here is the powerful another statement. Internal strong of the open then normal. If you see, so I'm saying usually they should not be that strong today. They are strong than normal, okay? If you see them holding and price moving higher equal to more buyers, if they start tanking, with the price, see, with the price, and then AM low is taken out, then move down move, right? So here now you saw later on, right, what happened after 9:39. Apple took out its AM low. That's the first sign you got. The clue is now you're trying to put it puzzle of the pieces together now, right, or pieces of the puzzle together. So Apple broke down the low, and then internal, if you see that at that time it was tanking with the price, right? So now that's the second clue you got. What else do you need now, right? Third clue was morning buyer were red trapped, because the move started from here and price sliced through them, right? Then they are trapped, right? So which is right here, see that? So around what time? So around 10:02, right? So 10:02, right? So hold on, so 10:02. So this is the clue from Apple. Morning low was here, right? It broke down 10:05, right? Around between 10 to 10:05, correct? Now let's go back here between 10 to 10:05. See that? 10 to 10:05, right around here. See that it broke below this morning up thrust. Now these buyers are trapped officially. Now you are ready to short. You can go with the flow, right? Then price may go to here and then bounce. Who knows, right? So you have to wait, right? Ideally you can even go with the flow, right? So here also same thing, 10:05, which is right here. See that, where ES sliced through the haunting levels. See, this is the haunting level, right? It sliced through it, correct? But it was right at this VWAP, so you just wait, right? Ideally you are supposed to short below this, correct? But now you are watching all this thing, see? So even though if I said you can short below this, right? But if you are watching day in day out my notes and my videos every day, then you need to start grabbing all these things. You don't have to even wait for these things some days, you know. By looking at all these clue that hey, it went higher, it failed here, there are trap buyers, all these things, right? They are signs that you have to follow through it here also, right? So you don't have to wait here, you know. You can actually target this area and short right here, because you already know by the time Apple already down, right? This thing is down, so you don't have to wait all the way here, you know. You can start shorting from here also, see that? Then price went through this 39.10 area. See, this is where the balance was officially broken down, right here, yeah, right here. Slight pullback, you short, boom. That's where I actually put the here also, see that? 10:33 a.m. right, that was a date. But I can see what is going on now. You can see it too. Internal start tanking with the price scenario here. Patience is the key, right? 10:33, right? So which was right around here. Now you know something is off, right? Definitely this was a short, right? So that's where your first shorts came. That is NQ, right? And that is ES at that time. Then there was a second short here, 10:45. See that? And this was below 12,000. Remember I said take out 12,000. So if you forward it, here I said 10:30 a.m. they took out 12,000, right? So and then it pulled back there, you short, right? Now you know most likely it will go towards this yellow exchange area, so you take a profit there and call it a day, right? So here, yes, you can bail out here or you can wait till here, right? So but here the idea is, if you want to wait, not bail out here, that is the right choice too, you know, up to you. Profit is always up to you, right? But the question here you have to think, if yes is still here, right, and it Globex low is right around here, few points, and the day is down so far, most likely either NQ is going to chop here and ES will come here, or NQ will tank and go towards this line or this line, and then ES will come here. So in that scenario you can actually hold this trade up to here, right? So which is what happened around 11:18. So till then ES balanced it, right? So NQ balanced it. See that I said ES, either NQ will balance while ES is going down, or NQ will go with it and come here or here, right? So here when this balance broke down, right? See, this is the chance you take another short here. Now you target this, at least, you know, there is a high probability. Yes, in terms of risk reward it's a poor trade, Okay, but this, if you're scalping, this is a high risk high reward trade, high probability trade, not reward, probability. Reward is also there. If price goes through it, man, that's officially you are open, allowed to short. In that case, there are so many people, they are waiting for this to be break down, and if this thing happens, they will be all over. And you can see this move was fast, straight down. See that? So here you have to decide, when it comes here, you have to observe it in a smaller time frame like this, right? And then you have to see whether it's going to go through it or not. By the time NQ was already here, I think 1124. Hold on. Yeah, see that? 1124. Remember I said either here or here. So now NQ is here, ES is here, right? Now what? Now either is going to bounce, then you scale or bail out. If you don't see a bounce, you hold it. Here there is no bounce, not significant bounce, right? You hold it if you want to. See that? That's how you manage it. If you want to manage it, or you bail out and call it a day off, because after that point onwards, either price is going to continue to tank, but then you can't involve because it can bounce from any point because it's overstretched, or you wait for afternoon pullback, which was this. See that? Scary pullback. That's where you get involved, you know? Which is, see these things? Scary pullback. Looks like it wants to go to moon now. And this was the past naked dream number. See how powerful dream numbers? See, naked dream numbers are the dream numbers which is pending, means price never tested them before. That's why they are naked, you know. And look what happened here. Because of this down day, it went through it, and once it went through it, it held it here, right? And then went through this also. See here, it's also responded. See that? But sellers were so strong, went through it, and here it acted as a resistance. See that? Resistance. See that? Resistance. See that? Then it went through it, but then here broken support turned into resistance, and price went down. See that? So that's how you can play dream numbers, you know. And these blue lines are powerful. Look at this blue line. What happened at this blue line? Blue line to blue line. Right? Now, see, you can see it here. Both blue lines started the trend. Both blue lines ended the trend. See, around 1442. Look, right here. See how how nicely these levels are. Blue lines are powerful, I'm telling you. From here to here, blue line to blue line. Somebody I knew, they just traded blue line to blue line. They know the importance of the blue lines. You know, they just traded it that way. You know, once they see it's like trending down, those are the targets. You know, so ES also same thing. You can do whenever you see trading NQ, you can follow with the ES. Same thing. You know, and then these are the additional notes. You know, which I put it at 10:45. You can see, note this timestamp, and you can read through all these notes. You know, I just captured it from Discord. So throughout the day, you know, while I was at doctor's place, I was typing, you know, with certain targets and all these things. See, poke below 140. See, Apple. This is another clue. Apple, 11:30 a.m. Further poke below 140, and NQ is going down further. You could move down, right? At 11:30, I typed it, and then Apple broke below it, below 140. Then here, if one blue line is taken out, most likely it will go towards the another one, right? So in that case, see, 11:30 Apple broke down right here. See, that was your trade. See that? And then once it broke below, see this blue line held it. Once here it broke below it, most likely it will go toward the next blue line, which is the case here. Look at this. See that? And then somebody bought it. See? So powerful levels, you know, and then you just need to know how to trade them. You know, and then it won't just blind trading. You have to do it from the level. You have to read it, right? What's going on? Then you can trade it. You know. So those are the trades, right? But unfortunately, I missed all of them. You know, I got a few scalping here and there after 2 o'clock. But after 2 o'clock, you can see it, right? Price barely moved actually, right? But because by the time the day was over, right? So that's how it is. Now let's start with Mboxwave, right? So there is no point talking about Mboxwave today a lot, because I can see all this X control dot, right? So sellers were in control pretty much based on these dots, right? And then you can see based on the price action is trending down, right? So nothing fancy to talk about. But so here, but morning, yes, morning I can talk about it, right? So this morning I can talk, right? So there was a balance here, right? And then this broke out, right? So most likely people might have went long right here, you know, even without even waiting for any signal here. They must have gone long. Why? Because this, look at this buy, right? It basically exceeded entire yesterday's buy, these things, and here, right? And this thing was going higher, and then you have a breakout about this. Most of the people went long here. But if you knew the importance of this green number and blue line, you will not go long. And if you have a notes, right, then you will not go long here. This is a poor idea, you know. At least you will wait for price to clear this out, then you will go long, right? So that is the benefit of having the notes and the labels. But let's say if you know how to draw the labels, you know how to read it, then fine, you might have avoided these things, and you might have known this could be a trap too, right? But anyway, regardless of that, let's say you went long here, right? Then what? Then you want to see follow through. Do you see follow through here? Maybe some, but then it got rejection, right? Then what happened? You see this dot, big dot, right? Selling. Maybe it's a exhaustion, who knows, right? There is no selling here, right? So you hold your trade here, right? Then what happened? Then price went higher, and then you have a pullback algo here. Now you are getting worried. Then you see another dot here, right? So here you should be bailing out, ideally, because price has enough time to go higher after this upthrust, but now something is off. So if you're smart enough, then you will bail out here. But most of the traders are once they go long or short, they are into that rhythm. They are stuck into that mindset that now these buyers are there, man, now it will bounce, now it will bounce, right? And when price go down here and then it bounce, they will think, oh man, look at this, see that, now it bounced, right? And look at this, it started from here, right, this move, so now maybe this will hold it, right? So they will hold it, they will hold the longs, right? And then underneath they will say, you know what, selling is not enough, I know, look at this, you know, selling is not enough. And then price came down to this area, right? And here also you can see there is not much selling compared to this, actually at this point when it tested this, right? So they will think maybe, you know what, look at this buying, look at this buying, and now this selling is coming up. So it's a 50-50, should I hold it? Or those who ever missed out this long, right, those are the new sets of day traders, they will try to go long here at this low, you know, because this was a good upthrust, everything was good, right, and the price is coming here, they will try here, and then immediately they are thrown out, right? So but to Mboxwave, right, so you should be out by here, okay, and then you should not be shorting here, you know, ideally, because there was not enough supply here, okay, and there was no proof that it's gonna go down, right, because of you have these things with you, right, entire this thing buying. So once that this thing happened, right, so this is where you locked in, you know, this is where it will help you, that now you start to read the story, that man, buyers were in control but they couldn't follow through it. Now I have a pullback algo, then I have a second algo, and then price went through this buyers, right, and now I have a good supply increasing, see that, now I'm ready to short. So you short right here, look, this was your short, right? But let's say you wait for algo signals, right? So this was your short right here, pullback, algo, short, and now you have a supply coming in, see that, now you short, and that was your short, and then you manage it accordingly, right? So that is what I want to discuss, right? And then now what else? The observation is right here. Now I'm going to shrink it, okay, so that way I can show you the observation. Okay, see these things, entire day price was going down, right, selling was there but it was not renewing, right, so there is no selling like going down, right, but it was like diverging, correct? Here also same thing, diverging, instant buying was missing, right, there is no upthrust, right? Actually if you look at this, see, this was going higher, see, and then demand was missing, there was not a demand, you know, even though this little buying was there, there was no demand, right? Here supply was constantly getting renewed, right? But selling was not renewed. Something is off, right? So, but we know it's a down day, so yes, you can take a shorts, right? But this is the observation, right? So now tomorrow, see here also base was missing also, you know. So that's the observation for now, right? This is the first time I have seen this in Mboxwave, right? After I started using it, it's the first time, right? So in my regular way, here I can observe all these things, right? But Mboxwave, this is the first time I saw this, right? Now I will see what is the after effect of these things. You know, you will know tomorrow or day after, you know, and I will tell you if that happens. Okay, and that be all for today.